Pads. I think it's that time of the year where we're getting a lot of pads nowadays. We had the Honor Pad 8 a few days ago. We're gonna have the introduction of the new iPads in this month actually. And now we have the all new Redmi Pad, which was introduced just a few days back. And I'm gonna just do a quick review. I'm gonna see where this actually falls because I really like this pad. And I think it's a really good pad if you're looking for a budget tablet that's out there that is not going to really break your bank. This is a really good option. At around 1,000 dirhams, it's really reasonably priced. That's one of the things that really appealed to me about the Redmi Pad. So I decided to go ahead and do a review and an unboxing and see what you guys have to say about it. So we have the 4 gig variant today in hand, and this comes with 128 gigs of storage. There is another variant which comes with 3 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. And then we also have a 6 gig version with 128 gigs of storage. Let's go ahead and quickly unbox this and see what we have. Okay, so right up top we see here that you have the option of 90 Hz with a 10.61 inch display, which immediately is, I think, one of the most appealing things about this because 90 Hz is obviously always a plus, especially at this price point. It has MediaTeks Helio G99, which again is a pretty decent chip, and I'll talk about the performance and comparisons down in a little bit. It also has an 8,000 milliampere battery, which is quite a lot because I've seen bigger batteries that have less milliampere performance on other tablets. So it's really nice to see that on a smaller tablet you do have a bigger battery. And we also have a flagship level unibody design, which we're going to take a look at. Now we have this cloth type thing, whatever you guys want to call it. We'll go ahead and take it out of here. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nice, pretty sleek device here. It's very thin. So that's one of the things that I really like about the tablets nowadays is that they're making them pretty lightweight as well. And this comes at around a little bit over 400 grams, 420, 450, I think. I don't really remember the exact weight class, but again, it's not really heavy at all. Considering the size, this is a 10.6 inch display. We'll go ahead and look at it in a little bit. Let's take a look at the remaining of the product. So we have here the warranty card, some paperwork, and we also have the charger, which I believe is an 18-watt charger, if I'm not wrong. Let me check that out. 22-watt charger, okay. The funny thing is that actually doesn't support 22 watts, but we do have a 22-watt charger in the box. We also have the ejector pin, and although this does not come with a SIM option or a 4G or 5G option, it still comes with a ejector pin, which I will show you what that is for in a little bit. We also have here the USB-C to it's a regular USB to USB-C cable here, which obviously is for your charger, and that's pretty much it in the box. Now we're gonna go ahead and turn this on, and I'll show you guys what this is about. Okay. While the tablet is turning on, let's talk about the design. So it has that flat edge design here, which has been adapted by a lot of companies nowadays. And we have the volume rocker here on the side. This is an aluminum body, aluminum back, and a glass front. We also have 4 speakers here, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom side as well. And these are integrated with Dolby Atmos, so you are going to get a good experience when it comes to the speaker. We have the power or the lock button here on front, and we also have the ejector or the tray here. Again, this doesn't support a SIM, but it does support a separate memory card. So you do have the option of a micro SD card in case you want to expand the memory. So apart from 128, you do have the additional option of putting in another memory card and expanding the storage. Why is this not coming out? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is going to be micro SD only. It does not have the option of a SIM here. Okay, now taking a look at the display, which is the first thing obviously that I noticed here, is that this is an LED display. It has a 2K resolution, so sorry to say that no, we don't have an OLED display here or an AMOLED. I think it's a little bit obvious. I wouldn't really expect it at 1,000 dirhams. This is really not bad at all. So, but we do have a 2K display here, and we do have a very decent brightness, I would say. Again, at this price point, I don't have anything to complain about when it comes to the display. This is this I think goes up to 900 nits, which is not bad again for this price point. The bezels also here are not really too thick. They're just right. I don't have anything to complain about either there. And also, one of the things about the front camera that I did like is that it also is integrated into the bezel, so it doesn't have a separate notch or a, what was the word? Teardrop design. Yes, teardrop. It doesn't have a teardrop design camera or any separate notch. It's just all screen. A really nice bezel design. So yeah. What else do we have? The standout feature of the display is going to be the 90 Hertz display refresh rate, which again wasn't really expected at this price point, but it's always a plus when we do have the availability. And I don't care if it doesn't have 120, 90 is well and good enough at this price point. And I've seen more expensive tablets for example, I reviewed the Honor Pad 8 a few days back, which is also a really good tablet on its own, but it's more expensive than the Redmi Pad, and it doesn't support the 90 Hertz refresh rate. It only has 60 Hertz. When it comes to the performance, the Redmi Pad comes with MediaTeks Dimensity G99, Helio G99 chip, and that is a very decent chip. And if we compare it to, let's say, the Snapdragon 680 chip, which was the chip that was in the previously reviewed Honor Pad 8, it's very, very similar to that. So it's really nice if you want to play games here, PUBG is not going to be a problem at all. So you'll be able to play PUBG. The only thing is that you won't be able to play it with Ultra HD settings, but you will be able to play it under regular settings, which I think is good enough. This can be used as a tablet if you want to do light gaming. It's perfectly capable for that. It's perfectly capable as a work tablet. It's perfectly capable for everyday tasks. And if you want to have a tablet that you can give around to your kids at home, then it's also very capable and perfect for that. When we compare it to the Snapdragon 680 chip, it's just a very tiny bit slower, or I wouldn't really say slower. There's a lot of factors that do contribute to that, but we did do an Antutu benchmark test to compare. And while the Honor Pad 8 had around 280,000 points, the Antutu benchmark here on the Redmi Pad was giving us around 263,000 points, which not bad at all. Again, it's really difficult to judge a tablet or a complete device based on only benchmark numbers. A lot of these devices have very specific, unique features, and every consumer out there has a specific need for it. And as long as that need is being met, I think the benchmarks really don't matter a lot, or I think it's unfair for us to judge based on the performance here. So 263,000, nevertheless, just to show you guys a comparison, 263,000 points against 280,000 points, which was in the Honor Pad 8. So again, very similar tablets, very similar performance, very similar chips, but you're not really going to notice anything. And this is the 4 gig variant. We did review the Honor that I reviewed that had 6 gigs. So there's a possibility that the 6 gig may also have a slightly more points or score. When it comes to the software, this has MIUI, and this comes with Android 12 on top of it. So you are not going to get any bloatware at all. That's one of the things that I really like about this device, is that you don't get any bloatware, no ads, nothing whatsoever, no extra applications, and it does come with Google services, full Google services by default. You're going to get on the Redmi Pad. Talking about the camera, we do have 108 megapixel, 108. We have an 8 megapixel camera on the top, but it does come with 108-degree field of view. This is kind of like the center stage feature that we had in Apple devices, where it's going to focus on one person, but if someone else is coming into the room, it's going to kind of pan out and zoom. So it does have 108-degree field of view. It is an 8 megapixel front camera, and it does record in 1080p if you want to use it for that. So it's a perfectly capable camera for, I would say, Zoom meetings or Zoom calls or Skype calls. It will do the job just fine. On the back, we also have a single I don't know why I keep saying 108. On the back, we also have a single 8 megapixel camera. Again, the cameras on tablets, I mentioned this previously, I've never seen a really decent camera on a tablet, and they're just there for aesthetic purposes, or if you just want to take a quick picture, but they're not really going to serve any functionality. You're not going to get great shots at it. Even for social media, it's not really a good quality camera, but it's there if you need it. It has an 8 megapixel camera, and it will also shoot in 1080p at 30 FPS. Now, if we talk about the battery life on the Redmi Pad, that's something that also really impressed me, because it does come with an 8,000 milliampere battery. Even though the size is smaller, so this is a 10.61 inch display, this has 8,000 milliamperes, which is really, really good, which is gonna give you all day battery life without any problems. So if you wanna watch movies, want to play games all day long, you're not going to have any problems with that. The Honor Pad 8 is not going to give you any problems either, but that being a bigger body has 7,250 milliamperes of battery. And the only reason why it kind of impressed me is because it is a smaller body, but in a smaller body, Redmi was able to put a bigger battery. So again, really impressive there. And this also supports 18 watts of fast charging, although the charger that we do get in the box, it is a 22.5 watt charger for some reason. Nevertheless, I'm not complaining there, but I'm just mentioning the fact. Overall, if we come down to a conclusion about the Redmi tablet or Redmi Pad, I hate that word. I think tablet is a better word, no? But yeah, if we do come down to a conclusion, the Redmi Pad is a very, very decent tablet in my opinion. It has a very solid build as well, so it's not cheap in any way. As mentioned, it is a aluminum body, aluminum frames, so it does feel premium. It does give you that iPad mini type of vibe, and but it's just, the only difference is that this is an Android device. But it's a perfectly fine device for everyday use, for work. If you just want to throw it around the house and have it for your kids, it's a really good option there as well. So at around 1,000 dirhams, it's also considerably very cheap actually. And I don't have anything to complain about. This is a highly recommended tablet from my end. If you can get your hands on it, or if you are looking, if you're in the market to get a budget tablet, I would highly, highly recommend the Redmi Pad. Anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know about your thoughts, and let me know if you had the option to buy the Redmi Pad or the slightly more expensive Honor Pad 8, which one would you go for and why? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Yalla, bye-bye.